What if I told you that your website or your blog is invisible to AI? Not because it's bad, but because it's unreadable to machines. LLMs like ChatGPT and Google's AI mode, they don't read your content the way that you and I do. They extract what they can understand. So if your content isn't structured for machines, it disappears. But there is a way to speak AI's language, and that's called Schema. It might sound familiar to you, especially if you know anything about SEO, but now it's even more important. So you need to think of it like subtitles for your website or for your blog. And we're going to show you how to add it. If you want your website to show up in tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google, you need Schema. But don't worry, you don't need to know code or you pay for any expensive plugins. I'm going to show you how to do it the free and easy way, and actually I'm going to show you a couple of ways how to do it. So first you're going to head over to technicalseo.com. They have a schema markup generator. You will choose what kind of page you're targeting on your website. So if it's your home page, your FAQ page, article page, service page, and the drop-down menu will give you options, and you can even stack your schema on top of each other. And then just fill in the blanks once you choose that option and copy it over from your website, from your page that you're targeting. And then just go ahead and copy that schema. Once you've done that, head over to your website builder. I use Elementor, but most will have an HTML widget that you can just drag over onto the bottom of your page and then paste that schema code. Once you've done that, click update or publish, and then go ahead and grab that live URL and head over to Google's rich results test to validate that it works. This is going to show you if there's any errors in your schema and exactly what it's pulling information from your site. So this is how you're going to make your content readable for machines, even if you've never touched code before. Now I'm going to give you an even easier option. Head over to ChatGPT or Claude, either one will work, and we're going to have them write your schema for you. Put your blog title in there, a short summary, copy over your FAQ questions, and any other information that you want to include in there. So I always like to put business information, the business name, who the article, if it's a blog post, who wrote it, who the author was. I'm also going to include a prompt here that you can just copy and paste in there, fill in the blanks, and then add anything to that as well that you want. I always like to include my socials in my schema markup as well. So once you have that prompt, fill in the blanks, and then just have Claude or ChatGPT, it will create that schema markup for you. Once you have that, go ahead and just do exactly the same way that I just explained. Head over to your website builder, grab the HTML widget, drag it onto your page, and copy and paste that schema code from ChatGPT or Claude into that widget, and then go ahead and publish that. One thing that I wanted to add on to the end of this video, there was a critical update from Google that could really make or break your AI visibility. So earlier this week, Google's John Mueller confirmed that if your page isn't indexed, it won't show up in AI mode results. So you could do all of this work, and then if your page isn't indexed in the end, it's not going to be visible. He actually said in general, yes, it has to be indexed in order to be shown as a link there. So we really want all of this work that we're doing to have good results. So we don't want to try and game the system where indexing is concerned. The Google Indexing API only works for job posts and live streams. So if you use it for blogs or service pages, Google may ignore your request, or even worse, they could just drop your content out of search. So I thought that I would show the proper way how to get your pages indexed properly using Google Search Console. So you'll want to head over to Google Search Console. If you don't know what that is, I'll go ahead and make another video about Google Search Console because it's a really great tool. But in the top search bar of Google Search Console, there is a search bar that you can just paste your blog URL or your website page URL. If it is indexed, it's going to show up green. If it's not, it's going to be gray, and you're just going to click that request indexing button there at the bottom. That's going to send a ping to Google to recrawl your page. It usually takes a few hours to a couple of days, but this step is super critical. So once this is done and that has gone through, AI platforms are going to be actually be able to see what your content is all about. And our goal here is to have them cite you. So that's really the power of schema and indexing. If you want the exact schema I used or the list of tools, it's all going to be linked in the description. That prompt will be there as well. If you want to keep learning about AI visibility, we're running an AI visibility 6-week project. We're just 1 week into it, but we're trying to get visible on tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google. If that interests you, go ahead and continue following along. We've also created a school community for business owners and marketing people that they're able to learn with us as we go through this project. Use the tools that we're going to be sharing, not just the tools that are out there already, but also ones that we're creating automations to be able to use for this project. So go ahead and join us. That's in the description as well. And just let me know if you have any questions. Happy to answer those.